Update: I, 35M, was incarcerated and lost touch with 33F. I contacted her, and she responded. Previous post is here. The short version is that I was wondering whether I should try to contact my former girlfriend. After I went to prison for a long time, the consensus was that I should. And people gave very good advice on how to do that. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who offered advice or kind words. I had spent so long feeling ashamed about my situation, and expecting most people to react very negatively if they knew. I had barely discussed it with anyone before, except my dad and people whose job it is to help me. Lawyers, therapists, etc. And I was very surprised to be met with so much compassion from a bunch of complete strangers. Thank you, truly. Several people asked for an update, and that's the least I can do in return. I sent Daria a message the evening after I made my post. It was something like, I don't mean to intrude, but I wanted to say hello and thought I would give you my new contact information in case you ever felt like getting in touch. If not, that's completely fine too. I left her my mobile number and email address. Wished her well. And that was that. I knew it might be a while before she responded. If she responded at all. So I tried to put it out of my mind. Early Monday morning, my phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number from the country where Daria lives. Who else would ever be calling me from there? I panicked a little bit, but I managed to answer in time. She asked a few times if it was really me, and I couldn't tell if she was laughing or crying. At first she called me by the very affectionate version of my name she used to. But then she quickly apologized and corrected herself, which broke my heart a little bit. It was an awkward phone call, but not in a bad way. I was extremely nervous, and it seemed like she was too, but happy. Also, some of you mentioned that Daria would want to know that I was safe. And this was more true than I could have guessed, because unrest in my country increased a lot during the last year I was in prison. She was afraid that they would decide to quietly kill me rather than let me go. There are documented cases of other prisoners like me having met very suspicious ends in the months before my release, so it wasn't a totally unreasonable worry. She also said she repeatedly tried to send me parcels of supplies and put money on my commissary account, but her attempts were rejected without explanation. After my sentencing, I was not allowed to receive correspondence or to have a commissary account at all, because of the classification of my crimes. So she was forced to give up. She told me this as an apology, as if I would have been disappointed with her for not helping me more. I had no idea she had done any of that. I do know that it was not a safe thing for her to do. And I feel terrible that she put herself at risk trying to make me a little more comfortable. She didn't seem to want to talk about what happened any more than that. And so we didn't. We changed the subject to more lighthearted things. Our jobs, the cities where we live, how my dad is adapting to a new country, etc. When she arrived at work and had to end the phone call, she asked if I wanted to continue talking through a messaging app. Obviously I said yes, and downloaded it immediately. We sent messages throughout the day, and she even interrupted her commute home to send me a picture of a restaurant modeled after one of my favorite books, just because she thought I would like it. She told me that she thought of me every time she saw it. But unfortunately the restaurant itself was not so good. I was afraid she wouldn't remember me. But she even remembers the things I like to read. She remembers a lot of little things, even stuff I forgot. We have been sending messages back and forth ever since, and talking on the phone after I finish work at night, until she gets too sleepy. Sometimes it feels like I'm 24 and she's texting me from a few blocks away, as if the next thing she might ask is what's for dinner. Other times it seems like we're trying to will dead versions of ourselves back to life in order to Avoid acknowledging what we've lost. She seems a lot more timid than she used to. More passive. Which I suppose makes sense. Sometimes I worry about how much I've changed. And that maybe she won't find anything left in me that's worthy of her. But if I could express in words what it feels like to hear her laugh, I could explain that there's also a lot that we know very well. She hasn't lost her kindness, or her warmth, or her empathy. She still cares about me. And I still care about her. I know that rebuilding a friendship after all that's happened will take lots of patience. And I have plenty to spare. I'm just happy to have the chance to get to know her again. This morning, Daria asked if I want to have a video call sometime this weekend. I agreed, but I'm ashamed to admit that as much as I want to see her, I'm very nervous. I look so different than she would remember. My jaw is messed up, and I have the teeth of a hockey player. Fortunately, I will qualify for healthcare insurance soon and be able to have it fixed. I lost weight that I haven't put back on, and I see an old man in the mirror. I'm also worried that I will get very emotional when I see her, and embarrass myself that way. I don't really cry in front of people. I'm not used to it, and this doesn't seem like a good occasion to start. Aside from not wanting to appear pitiful, I don't want her to feel forced to comfort me. If anyone has some advice on how to handle this, it would be much appreciated. Overall, this week could not have gone better. And I am extremely grateful to everyone who gave me the little push of courage I needed to send her that message 1,000 times. Thank you. TLDR. I sent a message to my former partner. She was thrilled to receive it, and we have been happily getting to know each other once again. Ah, what a lovely story to read. I really needed that this morning. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Super happy for you. I remember your post. I remember replying to it. I am glad you followed the advice lots of us gave you. I am actually going to just sit here and cry my tears of joy that you may get a good ending after all from what we advised you. Just remember, one step at a time. Edit. Don't be afraid to cry. Even if together forever is not meant to be, this reunion is big enough for the tears to flow. Hell, I am tearing up reading you post. I'm so happy to read your update. You deserve everything good, and I'm sure Daria feels the same about you that you do her. I bet she's beyond happy to be able to hear you laughing with her again as well. As for advice regarding the video call, maybe you could go out and get a haircut before you talk to her. And wear a nice shirt on the day? I don't think Daria is going to judge you one way or the other, but it could act as a nice boost to your self-confidence before you see her face to face for the first time in so long. All the very best, Op. I wish you nothing but happiness. I'm hoping for read another heartwarming update like this one next week. I remember your story, and I am so happy that you ended up messaging her. It sounds like she hasn't been able to forget you either, and that says something. My piece of advice is, on the video call, be yourself. Don't worry about your looks. We all get older with time. She won't look the same way she did back when you two were together either. And don't worry about being too emotional. It is an emotional situation. So be however you feel in the moment. She may cry too, and that's perfectly okay. I hope you end up even happier after your talk. Keep us posted. I am rooting for you. I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm so very happy that you got in touch with her, Op. All the best for the future. Such a heartwarming update regarding your video call with her and being nervous about it. Maybe let her know in advance how you feel about it. Both of you have changed physically. It's almost been a decade since you saw each other, so of course you will not look the same. Maybe ask for picture exchange before your video call, if that will make you comfortable. That way she will see you and you will see her, so it might be less nerve-wracking. But I think communicating with her how you feel might be the best. Good luck and I wish you the best. Please update when you have a chance. I think everyone here is rooting for you to have an awesome reunion. Congrats! You did your time and now you have a future to look forward to. Maybe with Daria or not, but even if not, it's nice to know she cared about you, didn't forget about you, and wants to at least be friends. That's always nice to have in life, lol. Rock on. Remind me. 3 weeks update me. I didn't see your first post at the time, but I've read both now. What a heartwarming story. Women love real emotion. Don't worry if tears fall. I am glad you are safe and you should be proud for standing up for your convictions. I, for one, will be praying for your happily ever after. I am truly thrilled to see an update. One with good news as well. Just take your time. No rushing and enjoy one another's company. It's so sweet to know she was trying to get in touch with you, but clearly this is all part of the process you were put through to cut you off from everyone outside. Really pleased you've been able to reconnect and continue to talk. Best of wishes and luck to you both for the future. Great update. It'll be emotional for both of you, but don't be afraid to cry. You are still so in love with her, and it sounds like her with you. Best of luck, heart. Update me. This is so cute. I'm so happy for both of you. I am so happy for you, dude. I saw your original post and didn't think it would turn out as positive as this. I'm glad I was wrong. Don't worry about crying in front of her. There's a history between you two and unresolved emotions. I'd be surprised if neither of you cried. I wish you the best for the future. Hope to keep hearing positive updates, my friend. Red heart. Keep your head up. Yes. Outstanding. Okay, don't try to jump in too far. Feel each other out some more. It seems like you're falling back into the groove you shared. But, as you've said, you've both changed. As far as the video call goes, just relax, be yourself, and enjoy the moment of looking back into her eyes. They must really have a good English program in whatever foreign jail you were in. I am so happy to hear that things went so well and you are back in such wonderful contact. I personally wouldn't worry too much about your appearance. You could get a haircut and shave before making the call. But really, I think she will just be happy to actually have the visual confirmation that you're alive. And please don't be ashamed of looking the way you do. You went through hell and hell leaves scars. Emotionally and physically. The way you look is what a survivor looks, and that is what matters. You survived. She clearly had thought a lot about you and worried about you. So seeing you alive is what this is about. Your jaw or teeth might not be perfect anymore, but they are the jaw and teeth of a living person. And that fact alone matters a lot more than if they are straight. Update me.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.